In the small town of Anguston in the heart of the Barossa Valley, you'll find a little cooking school that's sharing the secrets to fine Italian cooking. The last time I was here at this wonderful establishment, Casa Cabroni, with Matteo was about 7 years ago, right?
Yes.
It was a wonderful experience, and whenever you're in the Barossa Valley, you have to come here to do one of the fantastic classes. You teach people how to make amazing pasta.
Yeah, that's one of the recipe and the one that I'm more proud of because it's one of the few things that I got from my grandmother.
And there's been thousands of people come through these doors. You've been around for 9 years. What makes it so special to teach people how to cook pasta here in the Barossa Valley?
The thing that amazed me the most when I first arrived was the amazing quality of the produce. Locally sourced. If it's not Barossa, I have South Australian flour, for example. But today we're using fresh curd made literally next door to us at the Barossa Valley Cheese Company. The Warrigal greens or spinach, if you don't have Warrigal greens, are grown 10 minutes away again in Eden Valley. So amazing variety and beautiful flavour.
Awesome. So we're going to watch the master in action. I just love watching you cook. And I'm going to be helping with the filling.
Yeah,
let's get started with the pasta.
Now we start with plain flour.
Yes.
South Australian plain flour. And then make a well on the chopping board with 100 grams of flour and 1 egg.
The freshest egg. Oh, look at that.
100 grams of flour, 1 egg. I say extra large in terms of size, but measuring is not essential. I measure everything to save time, but I watch my grandmother make pasta many times and I've never seen her using a scale.
Amazing.
The reason is, you know, if the dough is sticky, you add flour. If the dough is hard, you just need wet hands and you can fix the texture of that very easily. And again, using the fork to keep my hands sort of cleanish. Because I work here by myself and the less tools I use, the easier it is to clean at the end of the day. And then I can use this scraper and start putting everything together into one piece of dough. Now, as you can see in front of you, we have all the ingredients for the filling.
And what have you done here with the greens?
So those are Warrigal greens. It's a type of spinach, as far as I know. It's salty when you eat it raw. You get the saltiness in the back of your palate. But when you blanch them, like I've done here, or you fry them in the pan, that saltiness disappears. There's only one thing that you don't want, and that's moisture in your filling.
Right, and then what goes in next?
In next will be a pinch of salt and pepper to season the greens.
Okay, pinch of salt and some pepper.
Now please add a couple of spoons of the fresh curd.
Okay, so this is from your neighbour.
Yes.
The cheese shop, just there, fantastic.
It's, again, one of the things that makes me happy.
It kind of looks like ricotta, but it's not ricotta.
Technically, it's not ricotta because ricotta is not a cheese, but it's used in the same way. And the important thing, as I said, is the lack or actually absence of moisture. So it's nice and firm. You don't see water in the bowl. It will call for a bit more Parmigiano and a bit more nutmeg. Those are the next two ingredients that have to go there.
So how many spoonfuls?
Maybe just one, and then we give it a try.
Okay, 1. And some nutmeg.
Nutmeg, yes. Fresh nutmeg.
How cute is this little device? Little nutmeg. And fresh is best with nutmeg, right?
Yes, I prefer using fresh nutmeg in terms of fragrance.
It's a classic flavour of the curd, the greens, parmesan, nutmeg. It's like the best filling.
Parmigiano and nutmeg are standard ingredients for filling in my region. We don't have a huge variety of spices in Italy, to be honest. But nutmeg is very, very common.
That looks beautiful. So give it a mix.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So basically, a wet filling will affect the dough. The dough will stick on the bench, and that's the end of the pasta experience for the day.
All right, filling's done. How's your pasta going?
It's going well, actually. Now, the kneading is to work on the gluten. So basically, see the bounciness? It's due to the gluten that's naturally present. So it needs to rest. Resting time is a minimum of half an hour. Could be half a day, could be 24 hours. Keep it covered in the fridge so it doesn't get dry.
And you've got some dough that's rested?
Yes, that's ready to be rolled.
I'll move that for you.
Thank you. So this is rested, and you can see because you can leave a mark with your finger. Perfect. Now we can even cut this in half because you don't need the whole lot. And toss it in flour because during the resting time, the moisture from inside comes outside and become a little bit sticky. So we don't want this to stick in our machine. And then to help the machine live a bit longer and not break this in pieces, I make it flat as much as I can. Make sure there is dust with enough flour so it won't stick after it comes out of the machine. And a good habit, I would say, for everyone is keeping same width as the machine.
Okay, yep.
So you have the best of efficiency. You can cut 2 squares, 3 squares a bit smaller, and no basically leftover dough.
Right.
This has 6 settings. I'm going every second one until the very last one. I will show you in a little bit is how thin is at the end. So this is it. Now we need to cut this in half to make the ravioli. And then in this space we can fit 3 filling,
Okay.
say 1 centimeter away from each other. This side is suitable for the freezer as well, so you can make them and freeze them.
And with the ravioli, we're making smaller ones, but you could make big ones and serve maybe 3 on the plate. There are so many different ways of doing it. I think that's the beautiful thing about making fresh pasta from scratch at home. You can apply any different size to your guests who are coming over or to what you're cooking, right?
Exactly. So filling is in place. Now I need a little bit of water. Help sticking the 2 layers of dough together.
Ah, of course, that would make sense. Yep.
And then you place carefully the top sheet. And now you have to make sure that you remove all the air from there.
Right.
Slowly, gently, flat the filling. This way the top sheet can reach the other side
Yes.
easily.
Yep.
And then we have to seal them one by one. And you push, so you make sure you stick 2 layers of dough.
Yep.
And now to cut it, I use a pasta cutter.
Ooh, this is a fancy one. I like it.
Made in Italy.
Of course, of course.
No, I like this because, as you can see, it's quite thick. And that can help cut and seal properly.
I love this size. This is the perfect size, I think.
For me, it's 1 bite. For normal people, maybe it's a couple.
Me, it's 1 bite too. Matteo, these are just gorgeous little pockets of joy. I can't wait to try these. What's next?
Next is cook them in salted boiling water.
Yep.
And serve them with melted butter and sage.
Oh, Matteo, it smells so good. The butter, the sage.
And finish with a little bit of Parmigiano. And now it's time for a taste.
It's my favourite part.
Thank you.
Surely you must get sick of eating pasta like this.
Not really.
I wouldn't either. Buonissimo.
Grazie.